Welcome to Study Loop.
Hey, it's Clara, so enumerate here. So we're given S of X, which is X is a student, F of X, which is X is a faculty member, and A of X, comma Y, which is X has asked Y a question. And the domain are all the people associated with the school. So for A, we see that the given statement is the definition of A of XY, with X being Lois and Y is Michael's. So we have A of Lois, comma, Professor Michaels. For part B, we can rewrite the statement as for all people, if there are a student, then they ask Professor Gross a question. So this is, we use our universal for X, S of X, then A, which means X has asked Y a question, so it's X, comma, Professor Gross. For part C, we can rewrite the statement as for all people, if they are a faculty member, then they ask Professor Millen a question or Professor Miller asks them a question. So our universal of F of X, which is X is a faculty member, then A, which is asked a question, Professor Miller, or Professor Miller asks them a question. For part D, we can rewrite it as there is a person X who is a student, and for all people Y, if Y is a faculty member, then this person X did not ask Y a question. So it's existential for X, S of X, which is X is a student, and universal for Y, F of Y, then not A of XY. For part E, it says there is a faculty member who has never been asked a question by a student, which is there is a person X who is a faculty member whom all the people Y, if they are a student, then Y did not ask X a question. So this is existential, F of X, and the universal for Y, S of Y, then not A of Y, X. For part F, which says some student has asked every faculty member a question, this is there is a person X who is a student, whom for all people Y, if they are a faculty member, then X asks Y a question. So we use our existential for S of X and our universal F of Y, which means that X is a faculty member, then A of Y, X. For G, it can be rewritten as there is a person X who is a faculty member, and for all people Y, if they are a faculty member, then the person X asks Y a question, or Y is X, which is him or herself. So we use our existential, and it's f of X, and the universal of Y for f of Y, then A of XY, or X is equal to Y. And finally, for H, it states that some student has never been asked a question by a faculty member, which is there is a person X who is a student Y, and for all people Y, if they are a faculty member, then Y did not ask person X a question. So that's the existential for S of X, and the universal of Y for F of Y, F of X, excuse me, then not A of YX.